Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make a free website using Weebly.com. It's really one of the easiest ways to make a website, and it's free, but if you'd like more advanced features, you can pay for them. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Login, and I already have a Google account, so I'm going to choose Google Plus right here, and choose the account you'd like to use. Now, I already have an account, so I already have a website there, but you may get thrust right into making a website. If not, just hit the little plus mark, and you can add a site. And what you'll probably see first is this. Now it's going to ask you to select a theme. Now this doesn't matter too much right now. I'm going to choose business, but it's the same as a portfolio or personal or anything else. It's just going to add some content you think you might want. So no matter which one you choose, this video is going to be just fine for you. I don't mind this one right here, so I'm going to select that. Now the theme doesn't matter too much. You can change it later, so don't worry so much about it. You can click through the tabs right now to see what is in there. All right, so for the most part, the theme really just decides, the image in the background, if it's going to be large or small, and then the font's color and size and things like that. So I'm going to hit Start Editing here at the top. Choose a website domain. I can do that, but this is going to cost more money. So for example, if you want, mrmarksmith.com, you can put this right here, but then you're going to have to pay an additional fee. For now, we're going to make sure it's free, so we're going to use a subdomain and not our own domain. So I'm going to go with Mr. William Smith, and it is available, so I'm going to continue with that. Now it's going to run through a little bit of a tutorial, but you can just cancel out of that. Right at the top here are all my different options for changing my website. Right now we're on Build. That's for adding content. Pages is for choosing what pages you want included. You can add some, you can delete some. Theme is the overall look. Store is you can add features that you would want if you were a store, and then apps would be attaching other little widgets that go inside of your website. And then settings are just the general settings. Let's start with pages, actually. Right now at the top you can see I have 4 different pages, and there are 4 different pages here on the right side. If I want one, maybe I don't want the contact to be on its own, maybe I want it under the About. What I do then is move the content. There you go, it brings it up. If you click on it over here, it does show up here. But I can move that contact right under About, and then right now it's still its own page, but if I just bump it in a little bit, then what happens is now it becomes a drop-down menu. See? If I put something under, let's say I put destinations even further under it, now I have About, Contact, Destinations, right? If I don't want that, you just drag it back to where it was, and that's what I'll have for now. Okay. I can also add a page. So if I hit the little plus mark, maybe I want a new page. I just want a standard page for now, but if you do, you can add a blog page for adding updates and things like that, or external page. Let's add an external page actually right now. So let's say I want this to go to Facebook, and then I would just put that link in there. Now you can put any link, you can have it go to Facebook, but obviously you probably want to go to a particular Facebook page. But I'm just going to throw this in for now. And then it says open link in same tab, or you could say new tab. Like I don't want them to lose my page, I want them to open up another tab. So I'm going to choose that one and then hit done. And you can see it already, it's already up there and let us know what it looks like. Let's say, for example, I don't need destinations, or let's leave destinations. How about the About page or Contact? I'll take out the Contact page. If you click on it, you can hide from navigation so people just don't see it. You can have the link somewhere else so it's not in the drop-down menu here. But as said, I'm just going to delete it. It's going to say, you sure? Yep, I am sure. So now we're back down to 4 pages here at the top. So that's about it for that. If you want to change the name, you would do it right here. So maybe instead of About, I'm going to change it to Portfolio. Let's say I'm a photographer or travel agent. Maybe that would make sense. And then visibility, you can change that to public or not. And then search engine optimization settings. So you could put in more data here, so if people are searching for something, they're more likely to stumble upon your page. All right, let's just go back to the home page, and you'll notice actually right there it shows that it's got the little home icon on it. So whatever's at the top ends up being your home page. Let's go back to the build page now. So this is where you can add some content. Now you'll see this very large image here has a lot of, it's large, and maybe you don't want it. I just want to show you, if you click the background, you can edit it. So if I go to edit background, for example, I can replace it or edit what's there. So let's replace it with something else. Now I can get an image online, or I could get it from my computer. Let's choose my computer for this one. I already have an image downloaded. I'm going to use this landscape right here instead. They do have options that you can select as well, and other pictures are free to use as well. And most of them look great, so there's nothing wrong with going with something like that. So it's going to upload a second. There we go. Now I can't actually change this text because really I'm just looking at the image. You can darken it and blur it and things like that. I think it looks fine just the way it is. So then I'm going to hit change. Oop, I'm sorry, not change image. I'm going to hit save up here at the top. So there's the image. I actually like the last one better, but I had to show you. But now it gives me the option of going in here and changing it. So maybe instead of this, I want planning next getaway. Maybe I want to add just today to the end. So this just allows you to add text, modify text, however you want it. Maybe I want a button there, maybe I don't, but if I want to change this button, I just want to show you, click on it, and they have the text available here. So there's this start booking, or maybe for this, I would want something like email me. All right, and once I go back, you'll see the differences there, and then I can link it. So right now, it's linked to another page, but maybe I want to link it to something else. So instead of page, you can also have it open to a new window. And instead of standard page, I could have it go to email. If you do email, you'd want to put something at, Hotmail or gmail.com. Or I could have it go to a website or whatever else I'm choosing there. Okay. It has other options, but it looks fine with me, so I'm just going to click out, and so it's away from that. Now you'll see the page, it's kind of like hazy when your mouse goes over it. It's just letting you know that that's what, if you click on it, that's what you're about to edit. So if I keep it off there, you'll see that it's actually nice and clear. Let's scooch down a little bit. Now it has all this other content already in there. If you don't want something, like for example, I don't want the Smart Tools thing here, you can just hit the little X and it will delete it. Again, it just puts all this content in here for you, so you can go through and delete stuff. But instead of going around and deleting stuff and trying to make it look like how I want, I'm going to assume that maybe you want something like this. So instead, I'm going to go to Pages now, and I'm going to hit New Page because I don't want to, kind of monkey around with that stuff for this tutorial. So I'm going to go to Standard Page here, and I'm just going to call this the test page or something like that. It's just test is fine. And I'm going to hit Done. And right away, I could turn this so hide in navigation so people don't see it, but I want to be able to see it for now, so I'll leave it on. But this might be a good place for you to kind of mess around. Now you'll see right now I can replace the header layout. Maybe I don't even want a header, so I'm going to hit delete here. And so now I'm just, all I have left is this open space, and you can go through and actually choose a different header. For example, just the top of it. I kind of like this one right here, so I'm going to choose that one. That way it's got some title and some text and also a button, and I'm going to save that. Now if you go with one of the older layouts, if you go to themes, they actually have older layouts available where you don't have to have any sort of header at all. If I scroll down, it says drag elements in here. So let's go back to my build, and this is where I can start adding things. So for example, maybe I just have something that says my work, and then I'm going to bring in some text as well. So you'll see that blue bar ends up, that shows you where the content's going to go. So I'm going to put the text here, and here I could say, click the video below to see my work. Okay. Now, let's say I was like, I kind of like an image right here though. So when I bring my image in, again, it's asking where do you want this, and I can just kind of set it off to the right or middle. I'm going to put it right here. And you'll see it's like, ooh, this doesn't look right. I don't like how that looks being right under the video. Instead, I want that to be over in here. And so what you can do is you can just grab it by this little handle here, and I can drag it underneath just that text there. So now it'll look a little more natural to have the title with the text. So I'm going to click on the image right there. And now this is the point where I can actually get some pictures online. So let's do we already did it from my computer. It's the same way. Let's go to image URL instead. So let's say I go online and I find an image of a car. I'm going to grab this one here. I've used Creative Commonly licensed, labeled for reuse, so I don't have to worry about any copyright claims. And I want to hit View Image. You don't want to take this one right here. I want to hit View Image. And as long as at the end of the URL it says .jpeg or PNG or GIF, you're fine. However, this one doesn't, because I'm not looking at just the picture. I'm looking at the website. So instead, I want to right-click on this and do Open in New Tab. Now this is going to give me the actual JPEG, and you can actually see right there it's .jpg. So I'm going to copy that out, go back to the Weebly, and paste it in there. By the way, I know I'm going fast. Just feel free to push pause at any time and try things out. I'll hit insert here, and if you look, there it is. So there's my image, there's my title, and now my text. Let's start adding things in there. Now we have the video below, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But let's say maybe I have some information. So, and I also have maybe specs and, I don't know, details. This isn't a very good descriptive list, but that's okay. I want to show you that when you're dealing with text, it gives you a few more options. You know, you have bold and underline and making things bigger and smaller, but you also have things like bulleted list or numbered list. And I'm going to show you how to use this text in a little bit different ways, okay? So you can link things a lot of different ways. That's what's great about websites. You can link to other places on your web page or other things. So let's say information. I actually want to make that a PDF. So I'm going to highlight that text and go to link, and right here it gives me some different options. I am going to choose file, and I'm going to upload a file from my desktop here. So I have a desktop, this is a PDF, uploads there, and it's saying it's going to use this file to link with. Once in a while it does this, and I think it's because it thinks you didn't select text. So I'm going to highlight that text again and try one more time, link the text, go to file, and there's the file again. And once I do that, maybe I do want to open a new page, and then I just click off it once, and there it goes. So if you ever run into that problem, Weebly can be a little wonky sometimes, but for the most part it works great. So if I click on this, it shows me that's the link, and if I do click on it, it'll actually open up that PDF. Now, it may not do it here because this is just the website editor. So let's go ahead and publish at this time. What that allows us to do is be able to see the website. I'm going to go with my Mr. William Smith and hit continue. All right, so there it is. If I click on it once, it'll show me my web page. Now we already saw this, but let's go to my test page here and see what that looks like. Scroll down a little bit. Here it is. So here's my picture and whatnot. If I click on information, there it is. It loads my PDF. I know, very, very interesting, isn't that? So it's working great. If I make any changes in here, I got to make sure I update in here. Let's show some other ways to connect some content to it as well. So let's say I go down a little bit, and instead now I'm going to try using a button. I don't think buttons are used so much anymore, but let's add it. Now you can see that little blue bar show up again, and it's asking where would you like this to go. I'm going to put it right here in this text box. And there it is. So if you click on it, I can change that button text to whatever I would like. But I also wanted to show, just like before, you can link it to a file, just like I showed you. You can link it to a website, but you can also choose like email, for example. Phone is a new feature because a lot of times people will use their cell phone and they want to be able to click on that to be able to just call it right away. So that's how that works there. Okay, just want to show you that again, the button text, though I could change that to whatever I want. Okay, cool. What else to show you? All right, so let's jump over to themes now. Oh, wait, we didn't enter our video, did we? All right, so I'm going to put the video right down here. So if you go on here on the left, basically under the build page, these are the basic things you could add, like a map or form or whatever else. Now, they do have HD video here, but you see that little lightning bolt? That means you have to pay for it because it's a premium feature. Instead, I'm going to go with a YouTube video. And you can post, unlisted YouTube videos, and that way it's kind of like it's private, but you would be able to see it because it's on this website. So I would suggest always just going with YouTube, but it could bring up other ads or content that you don't want to show, and that could be an issue. There it goes. All right, so now it brings up this like random YouTube video, but once you click on it just one time, it's going to ask you for the YouTube video URL. I already have a video here of my editing tutorial, 1 million views, thank you. Thank you, subscribers, keep it strong. I'm going to copy that link to that YouTube video and go back here and paste it right there. And you can choose if it's centered or left aligned and whatnot. They also have advanced for like sizes and things like that. It's on auto right now, but you could actually choose a size. If it's on auto, it's just going to make it the size of the column that we inserted it to. So I think it looks just fine that way, and I'm fine with that. So you can just click away from it and it'll play. So now we have our It's in here. Now it's really close to this image and I don't really like that, so I just want to show you can add things like dividers and spacers and things like that. They have this new section thing, and what that does is it allows you to put all these other items inside of a section. It keeps it nice and organized, but really I just need some sort of spacer. So I'm going to put that right above the text just to kind of give it some space, and that looks pretty good. And really maybe I would end up moving another title into there to kind of break it up. My work. All right. Or Mr. Work, sorry. All right, now of course it's there too, so it doesn't make much sense, but it gives you an idea of what it could look like. All right, great. So I have my video in there. Now they do have things like slideshows, which you can add multiple items to, and it would allow you to have pictures play through. And if you go down here, they also, again, more media, and they have things like forms and whatever else. These are really self-explanatory, so just insert them and try them out and see how they work. They also have these things called installed apps. So let's jump over to the apps area here. And here's where you can add basically like a lot of widgets and things like that. So maybe you want things like a like button. It's going to show me how many people have liked your site or your business and whatnot. So, just click through them and try them out if you like. Some of these are free, some of them do cost money, so it's up to you if you want to use them. It's kind of like Weebly doesn't offer every single feature, but by using these apps, you're able to add a lot more interactive elements to your website. So we're not going to add any of those today. They all work a little bit different, but they're relatively easy to use, so I think we're good there. Now let's go to theme. I do want to show you that. Let's say I didn't really like this font. Maybe I want something a little bit older, old world style, let's say. You can change theme, but I'm just going to change fonts right now. Now when you hold your mouse over here, you can see different boxes are showing up on this side, and that's because it's showing you that's, like, for example, is this navigation bar? Oh, this is a headline. That's a site title. Okay, I got it. So if I want to change my headline, for example, I can change it to a different font or whatever right here. Now it's on this one, but maybe I want this style instead. So this allows you to just change that font. Now what's cool about this is it's the theme. So if I change it on this page, it changes it on all the pages, which is really nice, and it saves you a lot of time. If you want to just change the entire theme, you can hit theme here, or maybe I want to change like certain colors, things like that. I can try that. But if I change the entire theme, it's going to go back to where we started and say, hey, would you like to try one of these out? Now, if you do this, it doesn't delete any content at all. It doesn't mess up the formatting or the pages or anything else. It just changes how it looks. So if I went and tried this one, for example, I could hit preview theme, and it's going to show me what it would look like. Now it's on the front page again, so let's go to that test page just to see what that looks like. And you can see, like, it has this box. The font's a little thinner, right? It mostly changed the text for the most part, but it could change like the menu bar up here, and that does look a little bit different. It's got a little box around it instead of an underline. So I'm going to cancel out of this. I like the one that I had before, so you just kind of have to back out and hit close the way it is. And I like my menu bar to be up here and not off to the right side. So I'm going to go with that. Now this text right here, you can change it. So again, we never really named this page, so I'm going to call this, what I wanted before. So, not Mr. Smith. It was William, right? William Smith. All right. So this is like a portfolio or business or whatever you want to say. All right, and that's how you change it right there. I also have theme options in here. Again, I don't think you're going to really use these very often, but you can kind of click through those and try them out. Let's go to settings now, and I can show you a few general things. Now, my site address is mrwilliamsmith.weebly.com. I can change that, and it's going to try to sell me the premium version to be able to have my own domain. I don't need that. This is where you actually change the site title. So if people are searching for something or at the top of my page, that's where it shows up. And I just clicked on it and changed it before, but here's where you would find it as well. The favicon is the little icon that shows up next to the URL if you'd like that. Site password, you can password protect it, but again, that is a premium feature, so you're going to have to pay for that. Going down a little further, they have the site formatting. So like if you have some time on there or dates, it's going to allow you to change that. So if you're in Europe, for example, you would want day, month, year instead of month, day, year. But most importantly on this general one is at the bottom is the unpublish. You can unpublish this, so you can keep changing it. You still have it, but you don't want people seeing it. You can hit unpublish while maybe you're working on it or something. I can also go to SEO. This is search engine optimization. So basically I'm going to add some keywords or things about my website so people are more likely to find my website. Editors, you can add editors to allow them to make contributions or edits, or be even admins to change pages and delete pages and add more. And members, again, premium feature, but you can have people actually join your website and you can control them from there. And the My Apps as well. There are those free ones that are pre-installed, but you could add more if you wanted. And then lastly is blog. I don't have a blog page, but if you did, you could control it from there. Okay, great. If I hit this little X, it's actually going to leave Weebly.com, and I don't really want to do that yet. One last thing I'd like to show you is the Lightbox feature. On my test page here, I have a picture of a car, right? If I want this to show up much larger when people click on it, you hit this little switch right here, and that way when I publish it and you look at the website, what it allows me to do is, again, I have to refresh, click on the image and it comes up in its own box, so you can see it full size. That way I don't have to have a bunch of huge images. I can leave these smaller, and if I want to see them full size, I just simply click on them. So that's about it. I hope you liked the video, and if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments, but subscribe and check out my channel. Thanks guys, bye.